Hello, welcome to Nell at Night. Here we are on a rainy Monday in Rhode Island. And that rain, what does that rain mean? Oh, it means that the snow gets to wash away. So very cool. Here we are, first week of spring. And what does spring mean to a lot of us? Spring means going outside and seeing the flowers blooming, and we start to think about, we get to shed some of the layers, and oh gosh, we shed some of the layers. Now we have to show our bodies. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight, about our bodies, right? And how it relates to our well-being. So mind, body, spirit is what it's all about. It's about connecting our thoughts, but also taking care of our bodies. And I've talked about a physical practice. I've talked about, not being so hard on yourself. And so this is not really anything new that I'm sharing, except that part of this process is really remembering our health, right? If we don't take care of our health and our bodies, well, you could meditate, and you can be mindful and contemplative and very happy. But if your health feels awful and you're putting junk in your body and you're not moving, well, that's not the whole picture, right? The whole picture is really cherishing this physical being that we have, and even adoring it and loving it, right? So a lot of times I will give some of my clients a practice about resting their hands on their bellies and just like breathing and being comfortable with their bellies. Why do I do that, right? So I do that because, and I don't do this for everybody. I just do it sometimes, just when it feels right and appropriate. So oftentimes we are not comfortable with our bodies and our physical skin. It's actually like we may be not in touch with even like feeling our tummies, like it's almost like, I don't want to touch my stomach. I hate that part of me. And it's interesting because many women really have an issue with their bellies. It's a place of like where there's a lot of I have my hand on my belly right now, where there can be a lot of negative feelings. So why do we do this? Why do I have people like touch their bellies? Because sometimes we need to remember to care for the parts of us that we don't necessarily like and be a little bit more compassionate. And that physical touching of those places can really connect and allow us to have a little more compassion. So now that spring is here, I'm going to take my hand off my belly now. Now that spring is here, and it's time to start thinking about like the blossoming of flowers, the blossoming of ourselves. I know this sounds like really corny, right? Yet when we begin to sort of shed our layers, we're kind of blossoming in that way. We're revealing ourselves a little bit when we're in that full bloom and with a little more skin showing. So what do we have to bloom, and what do we have to share, right? Is it care and love, or is it loathing and obsessiveness over like trying to look a certain way? So real short video, not real short, shorter than normal, little reminder. I'll talk a little bit more about some body-mind connections next week, probably a couple of weeks, thinking about going into a little chakra stuff, maybe, although I'd really like to apply it to day, so that will be where I use it. And get out there, start to enjoy the weather, even though it's rainy. Go for a walk and have a great night. Thank you.